Hello and welcome to Standard Voice Television Global News at 3 p.m. today, 3rd March 2026, equivalent Islamic calendar 14th day of Ramadan, 1447 after Hijrah. In the headlines, President Tinubu to swear in Olatunji issue as Executive Inspector General of Police. Federal government orders direct remittance of oil revenues to Federation accounts. Diaspora Commission says no distress calls yet from Nigerians in Iran amid Middle East conflicts. On the sport and scene, South Sudan's violence claims over 169 lives. And a sports update, Lionel Messi equaled Pele's record of 70 career free kick goals. These and more news will be coming to you in the bulletin. I am Hamida Mohammed Idris. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is expected to on Wednesday swear in Olatunji issue as the Inspector General of Police following the endorsement of its opponent by the Nigerian Police Council. Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Byron Onanuga, in his statement, said the swearing-in ceremony will take place during the Federal Executive Council FAAC meeting. According to Onanuga, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu spoke of the issue during a meeting and applauded him for his exemplary service, particularly during his tenure as commander of the Rapid Response Squad in Lagos State between 2015 and 2021, when he earned recognition for excellence in crime control. The council's meeting held at the State House in Abuja and presided over by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was attended by Vice President Kashim Shettima, said governors and the chairman of the Police Service Commission, Hashim Argungu, in accordance with constitutional provisions. The government has commenced the implementation of Executive Order 9 of 2026, which mandates the direct remittance of oil revenues to the Federation Accounts Allocation Committee, FAAC. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, made this morning statement detailing key resolutions reached at the meeting. Edun stated that the committee reaffirmed the President's directive that revenues accruing to the Federation from petroleum operations must be managed in line with constitutional provisions and in a way that safeguards funds meant for the three tiers of government. In same vein, the Nigerian Governor Forum has supported President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's reform requiring oil and gas revenue entitlement to be remitted directly into the Federation accounts. Director of Media and Strategic Communications, Yunusa Tanko Abdullahi, made the forum stand known in a statement and described the move as crucial for strengthening fiscal transparency, predictability, and constitutional alignment across all tiers of government. So the news for government has attributed a technical problem for the delay in the payment of February's salaries to Treasury-funded workers, announcing that disbursement had commenced nationwide. Director of Press of the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, Ba Maka, in a statement issued in Abuja, said the office had commenced paying affected workers after resolving the issue that disrupted the schedule. He also added that this clarification followed worries among federal civil servants over the late payment of their February salaries, which are typically credited before the end of the month. The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation also disclosed progress on outstanding wage awards, stating that part of the arrears had been cleared. The wage award was introduced by the federal government as a temporary measure to cushion the impact of economic reforms and rising living costs on public sector employees. In another development, federal government has approved 4 billion naira each for 12 selected universities of engineering and technology to rehabilitate workshops and procure modern equipment in Nigeria. Minister of Education Tunji Alausa announced this at the inauguration of the Implementation Committee on Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TED Fund, Special High Impact Intervention Project in Abuja. He also added that the funds would either upgrade existing facilities or support the construction of new engineering workshops where necessary. On his part, the Executive Secretary of TED Fund, Sonny Ekono, appreciated the federal government for approving reforms aimed at transforming Nigeria's education landscape. He also described the ceremony as one of the several initiatives endorsed by the president to reposition tertiary institutions and strengthen teaching and learning infrastructure across Nigeria. So on education, Nigerian Education Loan Fund (NELFund) has extended its student loan application portal following an increase in nationwide interest generated. Director of Strategic Communications (NELFund), Oshemi Oluwatoyi, in a statement said the fund announced additional days to allow eligible students sufficient time to complete their applications, which was set to close on February 27, 2026. He also added that the extension targets students who need extra time. Prospective applicants made aware of the scheme through recent outreach. Institutions that have just begun their 2025-2026 academic session and schools yet to submit verified student lists. The statement has also advised institutions that have not yet started their 2025-2026 session to submit an official extension request along with their approved academic calendar. Students are encouraged to complete their applications via the official portal before it eventually closes. NELFund had received 1.69 million applications and disbursed 183.8 billion naira at the close of the portal on Friday. There are indications that the former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai may regain his freedom tomorrow, Thursday, if formal charges are not filed before his current detention expires. It was gathered that the development put the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC) firmly on the clock, as investigators must now either file charges or release the former governor of Kaduna State. It will be recalled that a chief magistrate court in Abuja on February 19, 2026 approved the former governor's detention for 14 days to allow investigators probe allegations of money laundering and abuse of office linked to his tenure in Kaduna State between 2015 and 2023. The former governor is contesting the raid on his residence in Abuja and his continued detention, maintaining that the action against him is unlawful. However, the anti-graft agency insisted that February 19 search of the residence was properly authorized and conducted in camera in the presence of his members. The news is coming to you on Standard Voice Television. Still to come in the news. The Diaspora Commission says no distress calls yet from Nigerians in Iran amid Middle East conflict. The international scene South Sudan's violence claims over 160 lives in northern province. And on sport update, Lionel Messi equaled Pele's record of 70 career free kick goals. Stand up for this and more news after this short break. To stand by. Welcome back, and now the news continues. Nigerians in Diaspora Commission NIDCOM says it is set to receive any distress call from Nigerians residing in Iran following ongoing hostilities between Iran and the United States of America and Israel. Director of Media and Public Relations of NIDCOM, Abdurrahman Balogun, who disclosed this, said though there might be Nigerians in Iran, but none of them had officially reached out to the Commission for assistance. He also explained that flights cancellations to the region are due to ongoing hostilities, stressing that no airline will operate in an active war zone. Balogun also added that Nigerians traveling to Iran typically do so as a private individuals, often connecting through countries such as the United Arab Emirates or Greece. The NIDCOM spokesperson who stressed that affected Nigerians must formally request assistance and be willing to return home, and that once such a request is made and conditions permit, the government will arrange emergency measures including chartering aircraft and setting up a rescue committee. On hold, the 2025 Global Mind Health Report says young adults in sub-Saharan Africa have been ranked highest globally in mental well-being, even as a growing share of youth worldwide face what researchers describe as a mind health crisis. The study, based on survey data from about 1 billion internet-enabled adults across 84 countries, found that 41% of people aged from 18 to 34 are struggling with significant cognitive, emotional, social, and physical challenges that impair their ability to function effectively in daily life activities. According to the report, despite the global decline, several African nations topped the rankings. Ghana placed first overall, followed by Nigeria, Kenya, Zimbabwe, and Tanzania. Researchers noted that the top 5 countries were all African. On the other hand, higher income nations, including the United States, Canada, parts of Europe, India, Japan, and Australia, ranked near the bottom for youth mind health. On policy reforms, Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has explained how Nigeria's foreign reserves increased significantly over the past 2 years, noting that the savings in foreign currencies have improved due to policy reforms and better management of foreign exchange. The CBN Governor, Olaimi Cardoso, who disclosed this in Abuja, said Nigeria's net foreign reserves rose from $3.99 billion at the end of 2023 to $34.80 billion at the end of 2025, representing an increase of about 772%. He also stressed that the strong increase shows that Nigeria now has a larger financial buffer to support the economy when needed. The Apex Bank also explained that the net reserves recorded at the end of 2025 were even higher than the total gross reserves Nigeria had at the end of 2023. On transportation, Nigerian Railway Corporation (NRC) has increased the number of trips on the Abuja-Kaduna train service in response to rising demand along the corridor. Chief Public Relations Officer of the corporation, Callistos Nyamadu, announced the development in statements issued on his X handle. The statement stated that the new timetable will take effect from Friday, March 6, 2026, and is aimed at providing more travel options, enhancing operational flexibility, and strengthening service delivery on the busy routes. Onyemadu also recalled that the corridor had experienced operational disruptions following the March 28, 2022 bomb blast and the August 26, 2025 derailment. The corporation, however, reiterated its commitment to improving capacity, reliability, safety, and overall passenger experience across its network. Moving to the foreign scene, over 169 people have been killed and buried in a mass grave in South Sudan. It was gathered that South Sudan has seen a surge in violence throughout the nation as forces loosely allied to either the opposition or government troops under President Salva Kiir clash. The Minister of Health in Northern Rang Administrative Area, Elizabeth Aku, confirmed that about 169 bodies have been laid to rest in mass grave. Also, the local information minister, James Manluke, gave the same figure following the Sunday attack, but warned that the number may increase further if more bodies are discovered, adding that the dead included women, children, and elderly people. Melku also stated that over 50 others were injured and transferred to medical facilities in Abiy and Wab states for treatment. The information minister also lamented that many residents had fled to nearby villages, while others had sought protection at the United Nations mission in South Sudan compound in the country. Finally, to the sport and scene, Lionel Messi has achieved another breakthrough by equaling Brazilian legend Pele's record of 70 career free-kick goals. Eight-time Ballon d'Or winner scored a stunning free-kick goal in stoppage time to help Inter Miami secure a 4-2 victory over Orlando City. The 70th direct free-kick strike of Messi's career came in the 90th minute when called a precise effort around the wall and into the bottom left corner from a close-range set piece. The goal sealed the win for the Herons in the Florida, thereby marked Messi's second of the game, taking his overall career tally to 898 goals, just too shy of the 900 milestone With this achievement, the Argentina captain now shares second place on the all-time list of free kick scorers in men's football history with Pelé brought on 70 goals. Finally, on the news, the top stories again. President Tinubu to swear in Olatunji Dishu as Executive Inspector General of Police. Federal government orders direct remittance of oil revenues to Federation accounts. Diaspora Commission says no distress calls gets from Nigerians in Iran amid Middle East conflicts. On the sport and scene, South Sudan's violence claims over 169 lives. And a sports update, Lionel Messi equaled Pele's record of 70 career free kick goals. That was Standard Voice Television Global News for today. On behalf of the news editor, Ilya Adamu Auta, and the production crew, I am Hamida Muhammad Idris. Thanking you for investing your time on staying with the news. Ramadan Mubarak.